Welcome to Run It Back Philly. DJ Eastwood doesn't need your mother***ing intro.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top. So
Morey repeatedly said the 76ers are looking forward to spending the offseason finding ways to unlock James Harden, who was underwhelming in the playoffs, and to clean up the fit alongside superstar center Joel Embiid. We're going to spend the offseason finding ways to unlock James Harden. All right, first of all, this just gives me absolute nightmares because it sounds so similar to what we were saying about Ben Simmons for 5 seasons. We fired Brett Brown, brought in a new coach to try to unlock Ben Simmons. Now, Ben quits. We make the trade for James Harden, who was an NBA superstar and is no longer. And they say we're going to spend the offseason trying to find out ways to unlock James Harden. Chris, thank you for that comment. Unlock a former MVP, question mark. What are we talking about? This guy was a superstar for 9 straight seasons. What are you unlocking? What are you unlocking? The only way to unlock James Harden is to put him in a time machine and pop him out of it at 26 years old again. James Harden does not take care of his body. James Harden is out of shape. James Harden spent 3 off seasons trying to gain weight to make teams trade him. James Harden, for some reason, thought he could jump into a team in the playoffs and do the same things he did in Houston. And guess what? Without that first step, without that explosiveness, it's gone. Your game becomes very predictable. It's dribble, 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 step back 3, or it's a drive to the basket, shoulder down, try to finish in traffic. Scream at the officials for a call. What exactly is Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers going to do this offseason to unlock James Harden? Another absolutely ridiculous thing that I heard today on that press conference. I don't think James Harden can get it back. And here's why. James Harden is lazy. James Harden is the laziest NBA player maybe I have ever seen. And once his natural ability started to fade because he's lazy and doesn't put in the work to maintain himself, it's over. James Harden exposed himself on the court last night. Absolutely exposed himself. There was so many plays where 38-year-old PJ Tucker outworked him. PJ Tucker is 5 entire years older than James Harden. And there was so many plays where a ball came off the rim. Those two guys were in the same spot, and PJ Tucker was 7 feet away with the ball in his hands, and James Harden was still standing in the same spot. I have never seen an NBA player give such a lack of effort on an NBA court in a regular season game, let alone a playoff game, let alone an elimination game in front of your own crowd. I watched that dude not try that entire game. And he got booed by the Philly fans. And his plan was to come up here and say, well, you know, this year was a long year, and I'm looking forward to an off season, and I'll be better next year. Why didn't you try in the game? Huh? Why didn't you give us a little bit of effort? He gave up so many offensive rebounds, it made me want to throw up. He got beat on defense so many times it made me want to vomit. Seriously. So many times. Tyler Hero cut down the middle. James Harden, stand still, stare at him. Back door, PJ Tucker, James Harden, turn around. Forgot there was a guy there. Forgot I was playing defense. Pathetic. It was a disgraceful, embarrassing, pathetic, offensive effort from James Harden last night. And it was the icing on the cake for this guy. And now, to my chagrin, to the surprise, a surprise to me, there are actually James Harden fanboys coming at me on the internet. One in particular. And he said he's going to call the show, and I can't wait for it. And he's my guy. I respect him. But he was calling the show the whole season, and especially when we got James Harden in the beginning, and he had a couple of bad games, and I was like, hold on a second. This guy looks old and slow and washed. What's going on here? I'm a little nervous. This guy was calling the show, reassuring me, hey, calm down. You know, he's just coming off a hamstring injury. He's going to be better. You'll see. Now he's angry at all of this James Harden slander that I'm spewing out every day. And he's defending him the same way these people were defending Ben Simmons. Deflect, 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 deflect. Oh, he's going to be the scapegoat now? Oh, everybody needs a scapegoat, huh? Oh, everybody needs a scapegoat, huh? How about we talk about Joel Embiid? How about we talk about Doc Rivers? How about we can agree everybody was bad. Joel Embiid was not good. He's also out there trying to shoot the ball with a torn ligament in his thumb. I mean, look, the reason I can move my thumb like this right now is because my ligament is not torn. Imagine trying to shoot a basketball with a torn ligament in your thumb. Joel was hurt. He didn't play well because he was hurt. And yes, you can slander him for being hurt every season. I'm on board with that. That's fine. It's effort that I'm slandering when it comes to James Harden right now. And you can never, not for a split second, question Joel Embiid's effort. Trying to play through injuries, trying to play with a broken orbital bone and a torn ligament in your thumb, that's effort to me. That's caring, that's trying. All I ask is that you try. It was the same thing with Ben Simmons last year in Game 7 when they were telling me, well, Joel Embiid shot terrible in Game 7. He was 2 for 17 or whatever. That's better than being 0 for 0 because you're scared to shoot the damn ball. I'm talking about effort. And what I saw from James Harden last night was embarrassing and offensive. Because when the fans buy the jersey, buy the ticket, drive to the game, mess with the parking lot, actually get in their seat, and they see a millionaire standing around on the court, jogging up and down, not trying, it's offensive. I don't want to see James Harden next season. I don't, because I don't believe he can change what I just witnessed. I don't believe he has the drive to change what I just witnessed.